and see if anybody is up to the task, because I want to acquire a certain specimen. You know, I sell troll meat, and I have some down in my cellar. But I heard there's a special kind of troll nearby.
Where's your cellar? I thought we were walking on the floor.
He grins. He gives you a wink.
It must be an extra-dimensional space in his house.
And you will, my boy. Are your eyes not getting any dry? They're not getting dry. Anyway,
He's probably used to it.
what do you want to say? He's pointing at Zen.
Oh, Zen.
I was just gonna ask. Wait, where's the basement?
What?
Well, basement question aside, you see, I heard I located this specific type of troll near the deep wood swamp. And yeah, I need someone to get it for me.
Aren't you a powerful wizard yourself? Couldn't you just catch it in a heartbeat? You don't require us.
Sure, I could do that, but where's the fun in that?
Yes, I see what you mean. Mm-hmm.
So your fun is sending low-level adventurers to their doom?
Not that you. I mean, you look capable enough. Also, I would promise you a substantial reward.
What
Ooh,
kind
indeed.
of reward?
Yes, exactly.
A substantial one.
Aren't you gonna go into more details? We need to agree on some terms here.
Yeah, you see, I would have to look at my pockets, other jacket, or other robes. I don't know where. I would have to search for them. They are somewhere in the house, and I don't know exactly what's in there. I can't recall everything I have on.
See, Irony here is a lawyer. She can write down the contract.
Oh no, you see, I'm not actually a lawyer. That's whole part of being a lord or a lady I just don't really care about so much. I wouldn't know the first thing about the whole legal issues here.
That's reason number 4 why I like you.
Anyway, I think we don't need a legal contract or something. A handshake is okay. Let's say this. Whatever I have in my other robe, you will get it. And I can promise you there is at least something valuable in there.
No way. I can tell you, as an upstanding young woman from Madame Farrindeer's School for Young Elven Women, we've been warned about the old "I've got something for you in my robe" trick.
I guess that one won't work on you then, huh?
Let's see. I give you what? They are valuables. I have at least gold and some platinum, maybe even some potions in there. And you will get those.
In exchange for what? What do you want to send us off to die doing?
We'll get a
I want
troll,
you to
right? Isn't that what he
capture-
said?
Right,
Yeah,
right, that's what he said, but he says a lot of things and then he means something else behind it. What do you really want from us?
I need you to capture that troll. It is pretty easy to. It's not easy to miss. It has reddish skin and looks a bit hulkier than normal trolls.
A hulkier than normal troll.
I wouldn't, of course. I know what you're thinking. This crazy wizard will send us to our doom against this troll, not without help. I have my means to capture trolls, and you will need some to at least find it down.
Well, what are these extra means to capture a troll? Trolls are strong as an ogre. Can't knock it out. It'll just rip through whatever you tie it up with. You can't kill it. It'll just regenerate. How the hell do you expect us to capture a troll?
And he reaches in his grey robe, searches a bit, and pulls out a scroll. You can read scrolls, right?
Yes. I could read the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
To read magic scrolls, you need read magic, right?
Yes.
Was it? Yeah.
I will be able to know the full extent of this spell by the morning.
Wonderful. Anyway, I can say you this. You get 3 of those. It's a spell that can make a troll go blind and deaf for some minutes.
Oh, so it's only specific for trolls then.
Yes.
Who
It's
would
a
write a
troll
scroll? Who would create a spell that only affects trolls and only makes them go blind and deaf for a few minutes?
Well,
This
someone
seems
who-
oddly specific.
Someone who needs to capture trolls for a living.
Blind and deaf.
Mm-hmm.
Why not hold the troll in
This spell doesn't
place?
seem to be categorized in the NSA spellbook library.
Yeah, that'd be much more useful if it was a troll hold scroll.
Mm-hmm.
For that, I have something else. And he searches in another pocket and pulls out a small chain. He seems to have some trouble lifting it. So, this chain, when you throw it at a weakened troll, the chain will bind it. It will be impossible for the troll
It's
to
a
move.
Pokeball?
I don't
No, it's a
know
poke chain.
If you want to call it like that, sure. The troll can't move anything bind by this chain. It will wrap around its full body.
I see you have it all planned out already. You just had to send some low-level adventurers out to do your dirty work for you.
Really, this doesn't seem to be that unusual. This feels like the type of thing Butch would have intimate familiarity with.
A
There's
lot apart.
an awful lot of troll-specific magic items here.
That's what's getting me. As I said, my stepfather used to bring home bits of troll meat for us to eat. Wasn't very good, and I just got suspicious around you.
Maybe your grandfather just didn't cook it well.
Stepfather.
Also, stepfather. Sorry. Anyway, troll meat is really good with brown sauce. I'm also making.
It is pretty good, I will admit. It gets you a little hot, though. You might
And
need to get
that's-
some, like, real good iced tea with it.
So one more question before we
sauce.
accept this ridiculous proposal.
Yes.
Why don't you just have a troll captured in your basement that you repeatedly harvest for its flesh?
I have.
So why do you
But
need
this
another?
This is a special kind of troll that would make for an interesting and better dish, I suppose.
You see, a troll. You're requesting we capture a troll that will supply you with unlimited money. You see, then we should receive unlimited stuff in return. An item that has unlimited value on itself.
I see your point. Give me a charisma check.
Okay.
Let's see if you can press the loot out of this crazy wizard.
Damn it.
I see your point, but even I have costs to care for the trolls. I mean, trolls can die of starvation, and I have to feed them. I still have costs. And I would reward you with an appropriate amount of...
Well, why don't you say a spell in exchange? You see, I could use the extra knowledge.
Well, it covers your costs, but what about ours? Let's negotiate here as a team.
Yes.
What do you think about all this, sugar tits? He says, looking at Melissa.
I think you shouldn't say that again.
He looks at Zen. What about you, buddy?
I just look at you and say, she'll kill you.
I'm sure it was just a term of endearment. I'm certain that there was no offense meant.
Of course none.
I'm sure that there was.
Offense?
Really? It sounded so sweet.
Why would I try and offend a pretty little thing like you?
Anyway, while you're discussing, you hear some rattling from a pot nearby. Gefart rushes over to it, and you see a hand trying to claw its way out of boiling water. Hey, nope, stay in there.
Hmm.
Anyway, we should hurry. I have customers to make food for.
I do have a question about this troll here. You say it has special properties. Trolls are well known for their combat abilities. What special properties does this troll have specifically, other than being red and slightly Hulk-like?
It's hookier, it's red, probably a little bit tougher than normal. But
So
other than that,
increased strength, stamina, perhaps some vitality, but other than that, nothing out of the ordinary?
I think its regeneration is worse than a normal troll. Yes, I think so. I heard they can't reattach limbs.
Okay. Well, that's a bonus. So it seems that they've traded some of their healing capabilities for a little more brute strength. Seems like something we
cause
could
an issue with you trying to get more meat out of it. If it couldn't regenerate as well.
Exactly.
It's more about the taste, and the troll itself has more meat on it, so...
Alright, I ain't questioning it. So, shall we go?
Oh, let's.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. Zen, you're a
one
wizard,
thing-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, continue, Bastion.
One thing. Don't hurt it with fire, please. It will kill it if you hurt it with fire. And,
Any fire will kill it?
Not well. You can do a little bit with fire, but after a certain amount, its regeneration is kind of halted and will die if you. Well,
So it sounds
Yes.
like we should take a whole bunch of fire with us as backup, just in case things get a little out of hand.
Yeah, just in case. But I see we had to try to capture it first.
I don't know. Any of
It
you,
doesn't-
you bookish fellas, he says, pointing to the two wizards. Any of you got some of them flaming hand spells?
I do not.
What good are you if you don't cast fire from your hands?
I mean, you could just
I'll
try
put you to
to
sleep.
hit it with a torch, or anyway, try.
That's
please
pretty
not
good.
to kill it. I can't give you any reward for a killed troll.
It's alright, the experience would be enough.
I suppose for you guys it would.
All right, where do we
so-
find this critter?
As I said, it should be somewhere close to the Deepwood Swarm, probably west from it. It could have moved a bit, but near the swarm was the last location.
Could you happen to scry on this creature before we head off? You seem to be awfully powerful.
I didn't scry on it, but I located it. Sadly, I can't cast the spell again today. The last location I know I detected 2 hours ago was close to the swamp, west from it.
Well, I'm sure we have a member or an ex-member of the National Scrying Association. I'm sure that he should be able to scry on it, no problem.
Agency, excuse me.
Yes, what he said.
Dear madam, you don't seem to understand. Scrying needs information.
But you've given us plenty. Surely it's the case,
something.
Maximilian.
Mm-hmm.
You need places. It's a bit wonky. You need to see them, or at least have an image in your mind. And a creature.
But if you could see them, then why would you need to scry them?
I mean, it's a rather simple question I think he's asking. If you could see the creature in front of you, why would you need to scry on it?
A good question. Why would you?
Well, I don't
Huh?
know. Isn't that what you just proposed was required for scrying?
Oh no, you need information about what you want to scry. For example, you want to scry on a creature. You need to know how the creature looks like exactly, or you need some part of the creature. What I did was just locating its type of creature, you could say, and the spell is not as detailed as a scrying spell. Anyway, will you do it or will you not?
Oh, of course we will. We so love
Yeah.
adventure, don't we?
Yes.
And when we get back, one more time about our payment. It's 1,000 gold a person, right?
You will get appropriate rewards.
Appropriate rewards, huh? That's pretty vague.
If I could give you an
That
amount,
sounds like the kind of thing somebody says when they're planning to kill the people.
Mm-hmm.
oh please, I'm a friend or associate of Desmond. I
I-
would never kill his
And
customers.
they usually
this
chuckle
is
a
why
little
we
bit
need
when
a
they say it.
contract.
Desmond's associates include fire giants and demons from the other plane. You don't necessarily are trustworthy just because you're a friend of Desmond's.
I
I have
suppose
to
that's
point
true.
out, if he
Your
wanted
father-
us dead, he could just kill us.
Well, clearly he doesn't want us dead, but he could be trying to shortchange us. Why aren't you being straight with what the reward is?
Because I don't really know what's in my other robe.
Then why don't you just get it now? See, you're taking a lot of time just talking with us. You could have just taken the robe, showed us what the magic item is. Why don't you just?
You know how difficult it is to find a robe in an extra dimension that you have all your other stuff in?
Well, you have to get it anyways once we come back, right? So you might as well do it now.
It will take me time.
Then
If you
take your time now.
5 magic items, right? 5 magic items for the return of the troll. One for
Okay,
each of us.
let's see, say he thinks about it. Okay, yes, 5 magic items for one for each.
And they're not shitty items either. No spools of endless oatmeal. No
Useful magic
potion
items.
of blowing bubbles, right? None of this crap.
Yes, a magical item useful for combat situations. Most appropriate.
Useful magical items. Agreed.
No auto-sweeping brooms.
Yes,
just
yes, I
asked-
understand.
I want an auto sweeping broom.
Hold on. I just asked him. What
We
is-
had one of those at the castle. His name was Jorge. You don't really want one.
I
Anyway,
just asked, do you have a bag of holding?
you don't get one. No. I had my experience with that thing. No.
All right. I think I'm
I-
satisfied.
I'm actually curious how your building didn't blow up. I mean, with you being such unorganized, putting 2 bag of holdings into each other, you know what kind of destructiveness that could create?
I didn't say I did put 2 bag of holdings together, but
No,
they're
but
quite-
you know the possibilities of it occurring with your unorderliness.
Extra dimensional space. Extra dimensional space with an
Anyway-
extra dimensional space.
Yes,
Not
very
important.
dangerous.
Not important. Will you take the job?
Sure.
Oh yes, we
Right, alright. Here, the scrolls then, as agreed.
And the chain.
Mm-hmm.
He gives you the chain and 3 of the scrolls.
Hmm.
Yes.
Oh, and also, I think you need a card, right? Come back tomorrow, and there will be a card for you waiting there. For the troll,
Alright.
with some mules.
Well, how bound is the troll when you put the chain around it? Like, is it completely immobilized? Well, then
Can't
we'll
do
simply
anything.
drag it behind Melingar. I don't think we need a cart.
I don't think a horse can drag a How tall are they? 10 foot, 11 foot tall troll?
Oh, but it can't be that heavy. How else would you move the cart if not by horse?
But there are multiple. Oh, a cart is good for. Anyway, if you want to only take your horse with you, fine. I won't complain.
Well, it is a troll. I mean, I guess you could just chop it up and everybody could carry a piece.
The problem with that is you don't have the troll.
Or we should just get more trolls that way.
The problem is, if you chop it up, you can't bind it with a chain.
Why do you need to bind it with the chain if you chop it up?
Well, the chain will completely immobilize it, as he said. It's how he intends to have it held.
Right, but you could also chop it up. They're both valid, right?
The problem is...
Don't
these
trolls,
kinds of
like,
troll-
stick themselves back together?
No, this troll can't do that. If you can chop it up without killing it, so no fire, be my guest, it's your idea, but I just want to have the live troll in my cellar. Anyway, if this is all, if all business is concluded, off you go. I have customers to serve.
Pretty much informal business, but
Oh,
well,
and
let's go.
your food is on the house.
Oh, well, thank you. It was delicious.
So, you're going, or you want to eat more food?
We
Do we have like a time limit on this?
Well, it should be until Desmond is back. I mean, he said he's going to be at least away for a week. This mob is not that far away, so...
Well, let's do it then. Not waste any more time.
Okay, you want to go immediately, or what do you do?
Seems that we've been twiddling our thumbs all day in this kitchen. I think a good ride out would be a good refresher for ourselves. Get us in the right mood for adventuring. Why don't we leave it at that?
Okay. I mean, it's only early afternoon.
So we stepped outside of the walking in. Walking in!
Oh, I like it.
I mean, the name is the Troll Toe, so...
Hmm.
Well, once we leave the inn, I'm like, so, shopping spree in Withron Roretta? I mean, this is clearly meant to get us killed.
I think we just sell the cable and the scrolls for money. Split the difference.
Well, that's
Really
not
wanna
very
piss off
sporting
that
of you
wizard?
to do. Wouldn't it be a much greater story if we came back holding a red troll?
My headphones are having problems too,
Yes.
sorry.
Also, pretty much pretty worth the experience. And the alternative is that we could use the troll ourselves to open our own business.
Oh
I don't
no!
want to be an inn owner. That sounds just as boring as being a lady. You'll have all these rules and you have to be doing things in a certain way in a certain time. No, let's just capture it, reap the rewards, and go on another adventure after.
I guess you're right. That's the reason why I got kicked out of from the NSA, because it got too boring. You know, sitting in front of one crystal orb the whole day, looking at different people. You know, you want to just go out and do some adventuring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're not going to the swamp?
But we are.
Don't we
Okay.
need to wait until tomorrow for the cart?
Yeah.
Do we need a cart? If we must wait for tomorrow, let's wait.
Let's do it if we have to.
Yeah,
That's
also
boring.
because I have to read the scroll with magic. Read magic.
Yeah, Mr. Glowy Sling over there still needs to re-get his spells.
Okay. Yeah, you want to do anything else for the day?
I'll pick up a bushel of apples for Melangar.
Yeah, fine. Can pick them from a apple tree nearby.
Oh, perfect. I'll pick my own. I pick like 3, and I get irritated. And I'm like, oh no, this won't do at all. And I go find a peasant boy to pick them for me.
Okay. Don't seem to find someone who does not have anything to do right now. They all...
It doesn't matter if they're doing something. I'll just walk up to them. Like the first person I see, I'm like, you there, you. I need these apples picked. Please go pick them for me.
You're speaking. You approach a guy with a giant broadsword on his back. He reeks of sweat and dirt. He turns around. Huh?
I have
want?
a simple job for you, sir. Go over to that tree there and pick me a full bushel of apples. Here you go. And I hand him a big basket. And then I slap him on the butt, just like Butch did to me. Seems like a good greeting.
Give me a charisma check.
Oh, of
With a
course.
+2.
Let me
With a
look at
+2.
my charisma. Oh, that's not bad. I'll take that.
You get a +2. Nice.
Oh, nice. All right. That's a 25.
He seems has to think. Okay. Picks your basket of apples. Here you go, lass.
Well, thank you. You've been an absolute dear for your troubles. And I just flip him a silver coin. And then walk off to groom down Melangar.
So, Zen, Maximilian. What do you say we leave these 2 ladies to their knitting and sewing and spend the rest of the day doing what men do best? Getting drunk and throwing axes at things.
I actually want to be fit for tomorrow, so...
You're a little bitch. Zen?
I'm already drunk, you see, as he's
Ah, that's my sort of man. Come on, we'll find this Joe's Tavern or whatever it's called. I think it's fucking that way, probably. Let's go.
alright.
Okay.
But I don't drink any more than normal.
Let's say eventually you'll find it. I don't know the description of the tavern. Was it described?
Nah, whatever. It's just a tavern. I don't think it's important. We can just hang out.
It's a shady, darker tavern.
Wait, wasn't there another tavern that had a really inappropriate name that was changed?
There was the
Crimson
Red
Hawk.
Rooster. That was an old inn that was abandoned and haunted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I assume Crimson Cock was taken.
It was its former name, and they changed it because of PR reasons.
Anyway, you enter. There are not many people here. Most seem to have parked an interest in the.
Yeah, they were getting a lot of legal talk from the Azure Orbs.
Anyway, a lot of people seem to have got interest in walking restaurants, and the tavern is not even half full. But yeah, you can get drunk.
Sure. Well, Butch is that sort of guy.
Yeah.
You just get wasted.
Yes, absolutely. I have
No, I just-
40-some gold worth of drinks to buy. Not that I'll use it all, but
I just keep drinking at, the normal amount I do at all times.
Okay. You drink and drink and drink and drink. At some point, but you have to pay some amount.
Sure.
Let's say
I-
15 gold.
how
worth
much?
of drink. 15.
15 gold.
15 gold.
You have all sorts of bottles, all sorts of alcohol. Or
I only have
spirits.
7 con, and I'm an elf. I don't know if I can drink that much. I mean, I'll do it. I'll take the hit financially, but I think I'm probably dead.
Give me a con check, just to be.
And if I fail, am I dead for the rest of the session? Is that how this goes?
Alright.
No, it
Wow.
needs to be a d20.
What? Wait, that
But
was,
you rolled a d20.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was on the wrong. I was scrolled all the way up for some reason. So the 25 is a perfect. Nice.
Yeah, keep up. Of course, at some point you just pass out.
I
Yeah.
mean, at some point I just go, you know, you need to go to sleep, and I just go sleep.
You sleep on sleep on AoE. Isn't sleep on AoE?
Maybe.
I think you
says-
can select your targets within the AoE. I
Yeah.
think we've had this problem back and forth a few times.
Okay. But even if you have creatures with hit dice that you still can target after the first.
Yeah, I think you just need to roll 2d4 for the number of hit dice, but I only have one hit die, so it should be fine. Yeah.
I mean, I want to see him accidentally sleeping the whole bar, but yeah, okay,
Had your elf put to sleep.
you sleep him.
God.
Wait,
Wait, no, elves have
yeah,
resist-
right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Which you're an elf.
Oh, I have a
You-
90% resistance to the spell.
Yeah, roll d100.
High or low?
Perfect.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't work. You want to sleep, it doesn't work.
I also just sleep one random person who also looks fairly drunk.
Okay, some drunk in the corner.
Yeah, just down.
Drink.
He passes out directly into his food.
It's not soup, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
Just some vegetables.
He's gonna wake up with carrots up his nose. It's gonna be great.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't work. So
Well, whatever. I finish up and
you pass out.
stumble
It's-
around the town, swinging my hatchets everywhere until I fall asleep in the gutter.
Okay, give me some attack rolls, please.
Oh no.
Just swinging your hatches around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not targeting people, but I'm just like,
Which is a public menace.
yeah.
Okay,
So 5, 10, 23, and 12.
I said at some point, maybe after your second swing, you just swing around and suddenly the axe slips out of your hand and just hits a door. You have a nice crack down the middle in the door.
I go and take my hatchet out of the door and kick the door really hard. Fucking door.
Kick the door.
It got in the way of my hatchet swing, so I'm going to make an open doors check. It's a 7 or lower on a d20. No. I'll take my hatchet and keep going down the street singing a song of my people.
Yeah.
Can you please give us a rendition of the song of your people?
I'm not drunk enough to sing like Butch, unfortunately.
Ah, chicken. Yeah, anyway. At some point you would just pass out in some alleyway. And then you pass out in the tavern, or
I just go to a room. I go find an inn.
are there any inns in town besides the Shenanigans?
Yeah, there's inns. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You find some random inn. You do not remember stumbling into a room and falling onto a bed, but you wake up the next day in a bed, and you come down. The innkeep. Oh, you're awake already? Can imagine you have some kind of headache. Silver for the room, please. And I
Alright,
probably
I'll
have
pay
to
him
change
silver.
the sheets.
Yeah. Yeah, I pay him.
And yeah, but you just wake up in an alleyway. Probably you smell a bit of vomit. And yeah, the rest of you just wake up in your normal beds, like every morning. And stumble, I think where do you meet?
Well, first of all, I'm going to read Magic the Scrolls.
Yeah, and you read the scroll. It is a scroll of Gafford's troll trolling. Cast on a troll, that troll has to make a save with a spell at -2. If it fails, it is blinded and deafened for 2d4 rounds.
And all the 3 scrolls are the same, right?
Yeah,
All 3
it is
scrolls?
a second level spell.
Okay, yeah, I should keep one for myself. I say
So
this to
there's-
myself.
There's no rule about us trying to cast something we wouldn't be able to cast, is there?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
If there is, I will not search it now for it. So
Okay, well, where was the wagon supposed to be? Outside.
he just said to that it will be there in the morning beside the
Right,
scene.
I go to that location. I hope for the others to meet up there.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a wagon, a big wagon. It's probably like with the driver's seat about 14 feet long and about 8 feet wide. You have 3 mules that will tow it.
Alright.
Yeah, the rest of you are meeting at the inn or going to the inn too.
Figure we're going to get our cart.
Mm-hmm.
I hand one of the 3 scrolls I have to Zen and say, "Here." I tell him the details, what I heard earlier from you. Tell him to him. Yeah, you I think we should keep one just so we can use this scroll in the future. It seems to be quite interesting,
Alright. Well, I just.
but on the specific scroll.
Anything you want to do before going south? Nope.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you make your way south. It's about 23 miles. You can't move that far through a forest. If you want to go directly through the forest to the swamp, you can't move that fast due to the.
Well, we can take the road to the river, and then go along the river, and then come up the other river, can't we?
You could, yeah.
Otherwise, we're kind of just wandering aimlessly unless someone has a direction sense proficiency, a compass, and a map. Or the compass and a map, or a direction sense proficiency and a map. So, all we know is he's down near the swamp, right?
Wasn't it the western part of the swamp?
Western part of the swamp. So, we can head south and just keep heading south and south and south until we hit the western part of the swamp. We can take the road and then down the river, then up the other river, or we could head out around the outside and
Round the outside?
round the outside until we find the hills and head in from there. Well, what do you all think?
Well, I think the surest way to do this is to follow the rivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without someone that knows their way around the woods and without a map, we need to use frames of reference. And the road that goes to the river and then following it down to the swamp wash seems to be the most feasible way of doing this without getting hopelessly lost.
Well, West Grove is just above the west part of the swamp, and now we know how to get there.
That's
Can
true.
you
That's true.
guarantee that you can go south while in the middle of the woods? I think that's hard
Well,
to
if
do.
we go through the night, I can use the stars to guide our path, but otherwise, from West Grove on, I don't actually know.
Well, West Grove's if I recall correctly, is a name of everything west of the Berg River.
Yeah, wasn't there a town in there, though?
I don't know. Because North Grove's everything above the Lamdoon River. West Grove's everything west of the Berg River. It's a pretty big area. If you just said in West Grove, we're going to be wandering around a... What is this? 50 by 30 mile area? Wizard Boy, what's 50 times 30? That's a lot of square miles.
500.
Yeah, what he said. It's a lot of square miles. Can we take a cart through the woods?
Can we take a cart down the river?
Maybe we should have thought this plan through a little bit more. I say we sell the scrolls to someone else. There's a whole fucking wizard academy over here. Why don't we just go sell the scrolls to them? And the chain.
Because I don't want to piss off that guy.
He'll be out of town soon enough. We'll just not show back
Well-
up at his bar. He'll think we died. Easy peasy.
Well, those wizard students are always desperate for spells, so I mean, we could subcontract. Just say, hey, your reward will be this amazing scroll of trolling if you can come back, deliver us the captured troll.
Yeah, we'll give you 1 scroll in the chain, and if you come back, we'll give you the other 2 for free.
Why are we subcontracting our adventure? That just seems rather poor.
I just, yeah.
So we can go shopping in Wictron or Renta?
Well, what if we just went really fast and we got the troll in the next half hour, and then we'd have something tells me like an hour and a half to go shopping.
All right,
I
all
don't
right.
know. I heard from the new emperor that's getting sworn in that you hire people who know what they're doing. You don't have to actually be an expert in it. So why don't we just hire the not Hogwarts students?
Well, see, the problem with that is, in order to, have people that know what they're doing, you have to be able to hire them and vet that they actually know what they're doing, and not just get whatever loon happens to show up and you're friends with.
Well, isn't that what the mage did?
Right. But in that case, we can just go on
You
adventures.
got
That's
us.
what we want to do.
Let's just go to the road, go to the river, go up the creek, and around the swamp.
Isn't that what I
Yes.
suggested?
Yes,
That's
let's just
the
do
safest
it.
route. We should do that. Like now. Let's go.
All right. I get on my horse and I start going. Let's go.
Okay, you take the cart down the road.
All right,
and
swamp
along
spell.
the Burke River. Let's see. And let's see if anything happens. How fast can you go on the road with a wagon? Movement.
What's the
9?
movement rate?
Rules?
Movement for animals is 12, same as a person. I think you can probably
Okay.
go the same speed as people.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you're
there's nothing
not having
loaded
any
on the
notes.
card, so it should be able to go at full speed.
How much can you do with 12 in a day?
24 miles.
24, okay. Oh yeah, double. Yeah. Let's see, it's 9, 10. Yeah, you can probably go, I think, until to the river, right? No, not. Yeah, okay. Let's see if something happens first. Nothing happens. Clear day. Easy peasy.
I swear, if you roll random encounter checks, we'll never make it there in time. We will never finish this campaign.
You're lucky I didn't roll anything.
Oh.
Yeah. You can go around here, make it to here, near Chester Creek. At least near the name Chester Creek on the map.
Mhm.
Move the little cleric here. So, yeah. And yeah, the day ends, the sun sets. You press on.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch up the tech magic I use for the spook spell that I have. So right now I have Phantasmal's Force, Color Spray, and Spook.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you do it. Nothing happened anyway, so it's not important right now. And yeah, you rest the night, I suppose. Do you do anything in the evening or the night?
No.
No.
I do have a lute on me that I will play. I look meaningfully at Iwani when I do so.
Oh, joyous. I do love a display of musical talent.
Zen stares
what
at
would
you
be
while you look at her.
lute? Give me just a roll 20.
Yeah, it's a D20 plus 18 because of my
Oh, is
dex.
it?
It's a musical instrument check, yeah. It's a dex check. Dex check -1.
Oh, you have super high dex?
Natural 18,
Oh.
baby! That's why I picked an elf. 19 Dex.
28.
What'd you do
Nice.
plus 18?
A nice song. Can you play
You are
us some
quite
right
a
now, Neil?
talented musician, I must say. Your finger placements were perfect. I could see what you mean about such nimble fingers.
Mm-hmm. They flutter all over the place. Sometimes it's hard to keep an eye on them.
Well, then you haven't seen my magic trick, and I cast Phantasmal Force. And I make an illusion of a bard band playing musical instruments.
It's very odd. This random
Can you
bardic
see
band that has
Phantasmal
appeared out of nowhere
Force?
has no sound coming from it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's no sound.
They look
but,
like they're very talented. They have such nimble fingers, almost
well. All of a sudden
narrowly
they
coming
turn
close
into,
to our friend Bush.
all of a sudden they turn into clowns, and instead they're gonna do like a circus act because my backstory is that my parents were circus people. So that's probably my dad and my mom doing circus stuff that I remember them,
I don't know if this is
performing. So they're doing like random performances.
Oh, you want to see my magic trick?
Yeah, do you want to see a map?
I just point out a tree and it just starts glowing as daylight.
Yes, it's important that we use up all our spells before the encounter.
No, this was the evening before. You see, us wizards, we can refresh our spells in the morning.
I will say your magic trick Zen wasn't quite as entertaining, but I appreciate the effort. You are obviously quite powerful to make it glow like that.
Anyway,
I sadly
think
don't have much of a magic trick.
I think anyone sees through Phantasmal Force. That is an illusion. No need
Yeah.
to roll or anything. It's so ridiculous. Yeah. And you rest for the night, I suppose. You place. Does anyone want to guard you while you sleep? I just asked now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
no,
we'll
I
take.
assume that my traveling companions know that they must guard me, and I set up my small tent a few feet away and sequester myself in it until daylight.
I'll take first watch and wake up Melissa at the end of my watch and proceed to shamelessly and probably quite crassly hit on her.
How do you hit on her? Tell us.
Oh. No.
Yes, I want to hear it.
You're a cleric of Martha, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you're the sort of person I can confess my sins to?
Well, of course.
He leans in close and proceeds to whisper his former sins to her in a more tantalizing method than I feel comfortable saying on stream.
Oh my, that's horrible. Well,
No, really, it wasn't. It was great. It was great.
So 20 Hail Marthas, and why don't you cut a willow switch and whip your back as we walk along tomorrow? As a show of repentance.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that, he says. It's your turn for watch. And then he goes and crawls into Iwanee's tent.
Okay. Let's see. Nope. Peaceful watch. Nothing happens. Who do you wake up for your third watch?
It's Melissa's.
I can watch for longer because I only need 4 hours of sleep.
Oh, right. As you wish. Nothing happens in the night. And you all wake up in a peaceful morning.
Speaking of peaceful mornings, it is time for us to take a break. So why don't we see you guys on the other side of a break in a few minutes. Bye-bye.